Fox 4 News at 9. Heather's in right now with Fox 4 News at 10.
And opens up.
It's 10 o'clock across
Ready,
North
Vio?
Texas.
Ready, Heather's mic?
Fox 4 News starts now.
Micer, cue.
Yeah, Steve, thank you. We continue our
Got a
breaking news
soundbite
coverage
here
of the
next.
demonstrations tonight in downtown Dallas. A small
It'll be
group
out to
of
3.
protesters blocked traffic for several minutes on Interstate 30 at Lamar Street. They parked their vehicles, they put up their hoods, and they stood in the traffic for several minutes until police intervened. The group then dispersed peacefully, nobody taken into custody. This all part of a larger demonstration in downtown Dallas tonight, protesting the police shooting death of Botham Jean.
And sound. Ready, camera, 3, 2, 1, dissolve, fade, cue.
Tonight's protest follows several developments with the Botham Jean police shooting investigation. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. We want to give you a live look from Sky 4 as we've been following the protesters. We want to let you know where they are. They're still marching in downtown Dallas.
Going to VO next in server B.
Been as you look live. They stopped in front of several hotels, the Omni, the Adolphus, the Statler Hotel, also the offices of the Dallas Morning News. And in fact, on
Alex
Fox
is in
4
front
News
of
at 9
4.
just moments ago, we reported they were right outside our doors, outside of Fox 4 News, but they have since now moved on, continuing peacefully to march down the street.
And Salvio.
We're going to keep watching them throughout this newscast, but to today's developments in the Botham Jean
by
case,
Alex on 4.
4 court documents were released today as public records of the investigation. We learned investigators collected electronic data from the door locks to Officer Amber Geiger's apartment and to Botham Jean's apartment. He lives one floor above
Ready,
the
Alex
officer.
on camera 4.
All of this as the victim's mother demands more answers about information she calls a smear campaign against her son. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now with the latest. Alex.
Well, Heather, you know, Botham Jean's
Heather's mic's clear.
mother
Alex
is
Fonz is
returning back to St.
package
Lucia,
coming
but
C.
before she left Dallas, she made another call for justice and transparency. This as new court documents reveal further insight into the scope of the criminal case against Officer Amber Geiger.
Take sound.
Please.
Allison.
Give me justice.
I'm going to turn 4 off for you so you can set it back.
He does not deserve what he got.
Botham Jean's mother.
Okay, TRT on this 257. AQ, my son's life matters.
5 additional search warrant returns were made public. The court documents show investigators removed the electronic door locks from both Officer Amber Geiger's apartment and that of Botham Jean, who lived directly above her. The downloaded data from the lock on Jean's door could help detectives figure out if it was slightly ajar, as Officer Geiger has stated. We also know investigators collected surveillance video and logs showing people in and out of the Southside Flats around the time of the shooting. But the supporting documents explaining why those requests were made are still under seal. Jean's mother has more questions.
I want to find out whether her apartment has been searched, whether her car has been searched.
That information is unknown, but the search warrant returns reveal photographs and video were taken inside Jean's apartment. Detectives also took laser measurements of the firearm trajectory, basically a reenactment of how they believe the shooting happened, and gunshot residue was collected from Jean's doorframe and kitchen wall.
We need to have trust, transparency, and accountability so we can start to heal this community.
The Jean family attorney still very distrustful of who exactly is the focus of the manslaughter investigation. On Thursday, another search warrant return described 10.4 grams of marijuana recovered from Jean's apartment, among other evidence with no indication of who it belonged to. The attorneys calling the release of that information on the same day as Botham Jean's funeral, and attempt by law enforcement to smear his name and protect Officer Geiger.
She said that she went into that apartment because she thought that she was in the wrong, that it was her apartment.
All right, that's our last font.
Not once did she say, I went into that apartment because I smelled marijuana and we thought it was criminal activity.
I don't know my son to be involved in such. And I want to find out whether the toxicology reports on Amber has been released, because she was the murderer.
Officer Geiger consented to a blood draw after the shooting before she was booked.
My son's life matters is the outcue.
The out 4, Alex. For her or for Botham Jean. His mother demanding Officer Geiger be fired immediately.
I will not sit back and see that justice does not prevail.
Stand by.
It is time that we recognize that lives matter.
Here we go. Ready,
My
Alex?
son's life matters.
Dissolve my cue.
As of tonight, Officer Geiger remains
dissolve
on
our,
paid
Skycam next.
administrative leave. We sent an email to Dallas Police asking if Geiger's status would change. We also called and sent text messages to some city officials. So far, though, no one has responded.
Heather's mic's up.
All right, Alex, thank you.
Ready, Sky 4.
So we
Sky
take
4
now
is up.
another live look at the demonstrations, the protests in Dallas.
Out to
Again,
2,
this
Heather,
has
next,
been a
tight.
peaceful march, now moving through the West End. We're going to keep an eye on this from the air and Sky 4 on the ground and bring you updates as
Ready,
needed.
2. Take 2.
U.S. Senate candidate Beto
Okay,
O'Rourke
wiping
thinks
live next,
Officer
D2.
Amber Geiger should be fired. The Democrat talked about the Botham Jean shooting tonight during a rally at a Dallas church. Then he spoke one-on-one with Fox 4's Blake
Wipe
Hansen
live. Blake's up.
Blake.
Heather's mic's clear.
Yeah, Heather, this was a packed event for O'Rourke. In fact, there were so many people in the pews that people actually ended up in overflow rooms.
Blake's got a VO
he
here.
addressed a lot of topics ranging from race to social disparity, but perhaps the biggest applause that he got was when he discussed the fatal shooting of Botham Jean. Now, he said, and he questioned during his remarks, why in
Video's up.
2018 a young black man could be
O'Rourke,
killed by an
15.
officer in his own apartment.
We got
He
a
also
soundbite
questioned
coming
why,
next in B.
when everyone is seeking facts, the warrant was released, which detailed that marijuana was found in the apartment. He said that unfairly gave the implication this was somehow justified. Afterward, I asked him to elaborate on some of his comments, and I asked if he had a message for the people in this community who are upset and protesting.
And dissolve sound B.
I think we were all counting on the district attorney, on those in positions of trust and power right now to do the right thing. But we're also
it looks
all
like this
counting on the
runs
community. Many of whom are
121.
downtown right now protesting, ensuring,
that's-
not
oh, wait,
waiting
hold
for
on.
it, ensuring that that will
No, my
happen. And
apologies.
there has
30
to be a
seconds.
full accounting for
Out
how,
cue. This cannot
young
continue is the
black
out cue.
men, unarmed,
10
continue
seconds.
to be
Stand by.
killed in this country without accountability, without justice, without these full investigations, without respecting their civil rights. This cannot continue.
Mike Blake, take you.
I also asked O'Rourke if DPD should fire Officer Amber Geiger. That is something some protesters have demanded.
Ready, D2?
He said, I don't understand, given the actions, how anyone can come to any other conclusion. Now, we did reach out to the
Ready, on
Cruz
cam, on
campaign
cam.
for comment, but we did not hear back. Heather?
Heather's
All right,
mic.
Blake Hansen live in East Oak Cliff. Thank you.
And wipe VO and
Now, the
C.
first
C's
debate
up.
between Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz
debate.
is 1 week from tonight in Dallas. The
We're
two
gonna do the
campaigns
weather
have now
open
agreed
next to
to
VO and
3
A.
debates. The first one, again, next Friday. It will happen at SMU.
Dan will be on
then
5.
the two will meet at the University of Houston, September 30th. The third debate is in San Antonio, October 16th.
And weather opens up. Heather's mic. VO's up.
A second week of Friday night
Dan's mic
football
now.
impacted by stormy weather. This week's You Click the Game winner, Plano East versus Saxe, was delayed because of lightning. Athletes, the fans, parents, everybody taking cover at Williams Stadium in Garland. Chief Meteorologist Dan Henry in
Ready on
now
cam
with
5.
the rest of tonight's weather and the weekend. Dan?
Hello there, Heather.
Heather's
Yeah,
mic's
unfortunately,
clear.
the weather was
5's
quite
up.
disruptive
Ready,
tonight
Dan's
with
front.
regard to those
On
football
10,
games.
stand by graphics.
Things are quieting down, albeit fairly
Graphics are up.
gradually across the area.
Back out to
We have
camera
dried
5.
out
Heather will be
across
on
much of
camera
Dallas
3.
and Tarrant counties.
With,
a couple of showers
Fort
now
Worth
have
officer
flared up in
shot, yes.
eastern Parker County, a couple south of Aledo, one on the north side of Willow Park. That's just some general rain that continues to move from Cook County on up into Montague County, not detecting any cloud-to-ground lightning strikes there. There are a few, though, farther south around the Glen Rose area into western Johnson County. That is all lifting off to the west-northwest. We'll continue that 30% chance, I think,
Stand by
to at least midnight, going up to 40% tomorrow. Once again, some of the showers and storms that flare up, especially in the
one more graphic.
afternoon. We'll be packing some heavy downpours. Here's the latest on Florence, 65-mile-per-hour winds, moving west-southwest at 5. I'll have the updated track and
He's
how
up on
much
5.
rain has already fallen.
Ready,
coming
Heather, on
up
3.
in just a few minutes.
Take cue.
We have new video showing
Video
a
coming
robbery
next.
before a shootout that left a Fort Worth officer in critical condition.
And
Officer
dissolve
Garrett
VO
Hull was working
B.
an undercover assignment tracking
Gonna wipe live
suspects
to
wanted
James
for a
next,
series of
remote
robberies.
26,
Police say
D1.
this is video from inside a bar that shows the group's latest
I'm
crime
gonna
from overnight.
advance this font
The
here.
shooting started as the suspects and their victims were confronted by Officer Hull.
Advance.
Fox 4's James Rose has the
Wiping
latest
James.
on the case.
Font in.
James.
Heather's mic's clear.
Well, there is a very large law
All right, James has got a
enforcement
package here in
presence
C.
outside of the hospital, and they come from all across North Texas agencies. We are told that
the roll cue.
the officer
Police family
remains
is the
in
roll
critical
cue.
condition at this hour. He is surrounded by his immediate family, loved ones, and of course, his family, police family here.
And is all safe.
This surveillance video shows part of the violent robbery inside
All right,
the Los
Victor
Vaqueros
12. This runs
sports bar.
156.
With guns
Out cue
drawn,
took
the
place
three
this
robbers
morning.
began knocking patrons over and stealing their phones and wallets.
They came through the back gate.
Victor.
Guns drawn, and everybody hit the floor.
It's clear.
Took everyone's wallets.
Officer Garrett Hall, working undercover as part of a special crime unit, was waiting outside.
As soon as they took off, all you heard was gunfire.
The three suspects under surveillance by Fort Worth police were wanted for committing 17 bar robberies. At least 10 officers from the Criminal Intelligence Unit, the Robbery Division, and the Special Reaction Teams had tracked the suspects to the bar they just robbed. Chief Joel Fitzgerald describes a chaotic scene of customers and the suspects all running outside after the robbery.
Our officers, in my opinion, made the best decision possible in allowing, them to come out. And that's when they approached them, and that's when the gunfire
1 minute in the package.
And, there was mayhem on that scene.
Officer Hall, a husband and father of 2 children, was shot in the head.
The dedication that it takes to be in the unit that he's in, to, go after the very worst of the worst, you have to be a special kind of person to do that.
The chief says officers shot and killed Dacion Steptoe, seen here in a previous mugshot. He's also the man police say shot Officer Hall. 2 others were arrested, 23-year-old Samuel Mayfield and 33-year-old Timothy Huff. In July, Fox 4 News reported another armed robbery linked to the same suspects. Surveillance video from that crime showed one of the robbers dragging the bartender as other customers were pistol whipped. Chief Fitzgerald says his officers knew the danger they might encounter this morning, including the 17-year veteran officer they considered the rock of their special unit.
I can't say enough about, again,
this morning is the out.
Heroism that took place this
Ready,
morning.
James? Dissolve my cue.
Well, now the 2 suspects, Mayfield and Huff, are charged with 10 counts of aggravated robbery.
We'll add
and
Heather's
2
mic, and then we
counts
go
of
to a
attempted
Nat hit.
capital
Her mic
murder.
will be hot.
Heather?
Her mic's hot.
James, thank you.
And wipe. Sound full?
Oh God, we just turn him over into your hand and we pray in the name of Jesus, Father, that your will be done.
Mic cue.
Hours after the shooting, supporters held a vigil for Officer Hull at a Fort Worth church.
Wiping next to server B.
Also prayed for the healing of relationships between police departments and the communities they serve. Again, Officer Hull in critical condition tonight, and if we get any word, an update on his condition, we will bring it to you.
And rolling B, wipe, change font.
No longer a hurricane,
Got a
but no less
bow
dangerous.
next and
Tropical
C.
Storm Florence continuing to
We're
cause
gonna take
damage
Sat
in the
6.
Carolinas. The storm is almost stationary, moving just 3 miles an hour and dumping heavy rain over the same areas. Hundreds have been rescued since the storm made landfall this morning. Searchers are still looking for those stranded in the rising floodwaters. We do know at least 4 people are dead. Firefighters in Wilmington, North Carolina gathered to pray outside a home where a mother and her infant were killed when a tree fell on their home. A neighbor says the victims were in the process of preparing for the storm.
And dissolve C.
They were battening down and stocking up for the storm ahead, just like
Out
most
cue
of
here.
us were.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Cue.
The White House says President Trump will visit
Semi-live.
impacted areas next week
Sat
to
6.
survey the damage.
And 6
we
is
want
up.
to take a
and no
live
CG.
look
Okay.
now from Myrtle Beach along the coast. There are some folks out there. This is the southeast coast. Dan Henry's coming back in a few moments with the very latest on
Tease.
Criminals robbed a store just steps away from the Mesquite Police Department. Now, investigators want to know if you recognize the men in the surveillance video.
And stand by the break in 3, 2, 1.